Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on probably the worst year we experienced because it was the start of the pandemic. Celebrity, or just more so like, famous people were passing. I'm saying, what else happened in 2020? And I guess for me, it was a blend of stuff. Like I had some just personal problems go down, but then on top of that, it was like my content creating career had started taking off. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess 2020. I wouldn't say it was an all around bad year for me. Like there were some things I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, but then there was other things where I'm like, bro, I man, it's just something where I'm like, I don't ever want to experience a year like that again. I was like, nah, bro, that was the one and only time I wanted to experience a year like 2020. But at times I'm saying like it's just you never really know. It's like I don't want another 2020. I'm like we can avoid one of those years again, but anyways, nah, man. Yeah, let's sit down and talk about that year because I had to say for all of us, that was probably the craziest year of all time. Because I remember people saying that COVID started getting talked about in December of 2019, but it wasn't really being taken as serious though. It's like, oh, okay, there's like some cases of it happening and stuff, so it's like, all right, it's probably something they'll blow over at some point in time. Because I have heard of like stuff before where like sicknesses where it'll take off and then eventually it gets handled and then we move on and stuff. Like just for an example, Ebola. I remember when they were talking about that and I was like, I remember being kind of worried about that. And I feel like there are some other ones too that were talked about before and after COVID, but it wasn't really taken as well. I think we started taking it serious after COVID, but I think it started getting handled and stuff. But I wasn't really looking at COVID as a serious thing. Like that was something where I was like, nah, it took me. It wasn't up until I had to say stores had started closing down, and then we had to start wearing a mask everywhere we go, and that's when I had to say I started taking it serious. So it was maybe like April, May, I believe. But no, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just talk on each month because I'm like, yeah, for me it was like each month I felt like something was crazy. So yeah, let's start off with the first month, January 2020. So the most major thing I had to say that probably happened that month was Kobe Bryant's death. Now that was something I was not expecting. If I could just sit down and tell you guys that moment, because yeah, it was weird. It was a really weird day. Like I had to say that was a day where I think everybody had felt numb, and then like the pain just kind of hit us in waves when we realized like Kobe Bryant really passed away and stuff. But anyways, so I remember I ate my breakfast, and what's weird is that I was watching like basketball highlight videos, and I remember watching a video where Kobe Bryant was in it and stuff. So it's just, to me, it's any other video. It ain't no different than like just any other YouTube video I watch. It was just any other video I would watch on YouTube, right? So anyways, eat my breakfast, watch the video, went back in my room to start up a stream. And I still remember I was going to play, was I streaming or was it? No, I was recording a video. I hadn't started streaming yet, but I was going to go record a Destiny 2 video. I do remember I was playing Destiny 2, but I was not streaming at that time. But anyways, I remember my mom yelling for me to come back downstairs and stuff. And so I knew something had happened, and then so I'm going down the stairs. I'm like, what was going on? And then that's when she was all like, a family relative had texted her and said that Kobe Bryant had passed away. Or no, so she said that she had heard that Kobe Bryant had passed away. So I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean Kobe Bryant passed away? I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. And so then she said it was the family relative. Now, it's no disrespect to this family relative, but they are known for getting some things wrong. So as soon as she said the family relative's name, then that's when I was like, okay, I mean, come on now. I'm like, you done told me before that they done got stuff wrong, so it's like, really? I mean, that's, okay, let me just look it up, and who's gonna post about it first before anybody else gets a chance to? TMZ. So I open up my phone, went on TMZ, and then sure enough, it was the first article that was on the website, and I was like, whoa, this is serious. Like that really just happened. So I'm shocked at that point. Once I seen it on TMZ, I was shocked. And the crazy thing was, it was like, for me to not be that much of a basketball fan, like, I don't be sitting around watching, like, every game that comes on TV, but I do feel that even if you wasn't a basketball fan, you still felt like it was, I had to say, Kobe's passing reminded me of when Michael Jackson had passed. And I just remember how the world it just seemed like it stopped. And so yeah, that was, and then I just remember I like went on and recorded the video, but it just felt weird that day. Like it was just a weird day. It's just like you could like literally feel the depression going on throughout the world and stuff, because it wasn't like Kobe Bryant was just some no-name basketball player. Everybody knew Kobe. Even if you wasn't a basketball fan, you knew Kobe. You either seen his shoes, and I had a pair of his shoes. That was the messed up thing about the pair of shoes that I had, was that I had got them when I was in middle school, so I overgrown them. And trust me, my thing is this: if I knew how important Kobe's shoes were and stuff, I would have still kept those shoes. But I think if I were into sneakers like how I am today, I probably would have kept those shoes, even if I couldn't fit them no more. So I just had them, probably would have put them up on my windowsill, or just had them sitting off somewhere. But I'm keeping those shoes, so just so I can say that I have a part of history, but yeah, I just remember even going to stores, Kobe shoes wasn't on the shelves, Kobe jersey wasn't, and this was something that you seen every day. You seen a pair of Kobe shoes on the shelves, you seen Kobe's jerseys, shirts, anything related to Kobe, you seen it, okay? After Kobe passed, yeah, everybody was trying to gather up as much Kobe merch that they possibly can. And yeah, it was like shoes. They having it where his shoes costing $1 million. And I'm like, ain't nobody paying no. And it wasn't even his size. Kobe Bryant's shoe size was not no size 10. So I just, seeing people charging that much for his shoes, I'm like, man, come on now. Really? You don't find nothing weird with what you're doing right now. So yeah, I'm like, you got some people out there, they'll do some old weird stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, Kobe Bryant, he passed January. And that just shook the world. And so then February, that's when they had started talking about COVID. And then, or I guess like more so, it was being looked at as a serious thing. Like there was cases showing up everywhere and stuff. So I wasn't treating it serious. I wasn't treating it serious at all. I was like, okay, it's COVID, bro. I'm like, it's whatever, And yeah, I was just all like, I'm still gonna go on about my business. I ain't going to, like doing things different. I'm still gonna go on about my business. Like, what is this, a sickness? I'm like, Brian, I ain't hearing that. I ain't hearing no sickness. I'm still gonna go out, have fun, all that other stuff. And then I think it was towards the end of February, that's when cases had started showing up in the United States. And I think Washington State was the first state where it started showing up and stuff. So I think it was. Let me look it up real quick. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right, because I could be wrong. Where in the USA did COVID first show up? It was Washington. Yep, it was Washington State. So, yeah, anyways, so yeah, then that's when I had to say when COVID started getting looked at as a serious thing. So, still wasn't treating it as a serious thing. I just remember it was like the last 2 weeks I was working at my cafe. And the cafe that I worked at wasn't my personal cafe, but the cafe that I worked at. So the last 2 weeks, I remember the week before, they like the last week I had worked there was, well, it wasn't even the last week. It was like, I think I remember I worked all the way up until it was either Wednesday, like that first like last week. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday, because then I remember, because this is in March now, so we're in March. And so I remember just going into work. It was mad slow. Like there was nobody showing up, because at that point, like places was closing down because they didn't know what COVID was about and stuff. So we were still open. We were going until the wheels fell off. So anyways, I just remember giving the place like one good cleaning. It was like me and the other two cashiers that was there. And so yeah, we gave the place like one good cleaning, and then after that we all got sent home early. So me, what did I do? I'm gonna enjoy my like little my hour or so off and things, because I think it was like maybe an hour before we closed or something like that. So yeah, anyways, I remember I went to the Nike store. Then my friend that worked there, she was all like fam, you don't realize there's a whole like they're like there's some stuff going on, there's a sickness going on. I'm like, I'm not affected by it. I'm like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. And so then I think I do remember that's when I had started noticing like how nasty people were, because I remember getting on the bus. So I had walked to this bus stop because I just wanted to enjoy myself. So anyways, I remember walking to this bus stop, and I think this was the same day. So right when I'm getting on the bus, this woman lets out the most craziest cough of all time. I guarantee and I promise you, I held my breath. I held my breath all the way, because it was one of these like long buses. I held my breath all the way from one end of that bus all the way to the when I had got ready to sit down. I'm like, ma'am, really? I mean, come on now. Even if there ain't like this sickness ain't really all that deep, talking on COVID, I'm like, even if it ain't really all that deep, really? You gotta let out some old crazy monstrous cough like that? Ain't covered her mouth, ain't did nothing. Literally just started coughing like crazy, all right? So anyways, at that point, I was like, it's whatever, COVID's whatever and stuff. So I'm home, I'm chilling, recording videos, having fun. Then all of a sudden, some personal stuff had went down. Now, I'm not going to really get into details on those personal things, but yep, some personal stuff had went down. And then that just sent me into a depression. And it wasn't like nobody passing or anything, but yeah, all I'm going to say about that is that, yeah, it sent me into a, like, just spiraling out of control mindset, because I really felt like I was in a very vulnerable spot, So, yeah, that situation had went down. Now, I've talked on this situation before. That's why I don't particularly care for talking on it right now. But, yeah, all right, so I guess, like, for those, if you don't feel like, because it has been some time since I last talked about this. I don't remember the last time I talked about it. So I went through a heartbreak, and it was, yeah, it was a pretty unfortunate situation. But it's something where I'm like, I don't particularly care for it now. I'm like, it's whatever, I moved on, the individual moved on. And yeah, I'm all like, I have to say, I feel like down, and even I know I'm in a much more better spot than I was back during that time frame. Because yeah, during that time frame, I'm like, fam, what was crazy about the situation, and I know a lot of people are going to probably find this funny, I guess, if they have an issue with me, was that me and the individual wasn't even in a relationship. This was just somebody that I was friends with, but I did have feelings for them. So yeah, it was just one of those things where it was a situation that didn't work out. And then, yeah, overall, it put me in a bad mindset to where I remember, so the last day I remember working at this cafe, and we're still in March, mind you. So anyways, last day I remember working at the cafe, I remember I was just like, I was quiet. Co-workers is coming up to me to talk. I wasn't even really in a talkative mood. And I'm like, fam, with me, I'm like, if you seen me any other day besides that particular day, I'm cracking jokes. I'm making customers laugh. I'm having fun. I'm saying I'm being chased around by my by my coworkers and stuff. Like we in there just having a ball right now, and so I was really trying my hardest to keep it together, but I knew at some point in time I was gonna fall apart, which I ended up doing later on that night. But anyways, but yeah, I just remember being out of it. But I was under the impression that we were gonna come back. And so I remember there was one cook that was working there where me and him were cool with each other. I remember the last thing he said to me. I don't remember the last thing I don't remember it word for word, but I think he did say something along the lines like, see you later or see you around or something, because we all thought we were coming back. And so anyways, I remember then at that time, like they had so they called, so no, actually prior before we had like all kind of, we pretty much had said our goodbyes, because I ain't never seen any of those guys again, but besides like social media. But anyways, so we all pretty much had said like our goodbyes, but prior before that, we were handed what was it, furlough papers, letting us know like, yeah, the like, yeah, the place is like we're all being furloughed and stuff. So I was like, oh dang, like this is serious, but I was in a tough mindset. Like them papers, it didn't really hit me at that point in time. And so, but I knew something wasn't right, so anyways, I remember then leaving, going home. I laid down in the bed because, like I said, I was kind of going through it with some personal stuff. And then later on that night, let out a good cry. What else had happened? And then yeah, overall, I was like, I was just taking things just day by day and stuff. So then April had happened, and I think that's when like I seen where everything was pretty much closed. So I think it was either April or May. That's when it was the manager over my manager called me personally and said that we were all laid off and the cafe like the account was being sold. And I remember I checked not too long ago where I went into that building, and I don't know if what they're even doing with that area, because it was like I remember I asked the security guard. This was like some months ago, but I asked the security guard, and I was all like, so like, are they doing any things up there? And it sounds like that it's just empty. It's just empty space, because I know they did have like a area where people can like just sit and eat and stuff. But I don't even know, like maybe people might be still using that area. But if not, I'm like, dang, bro. I was like, I really wish I would have. I think if there is another time where I do go to Seattle, I will ask the security guard if I was like, can I just like go up there and just check and just seeing things, like, because I'm just curious. Like, I ain't gonna be like, doing some private investigating, breaking open doors and doing that. I just want to look. I just want to take me a quick look see and stuff, but anyways, but yeah, overall though, it was like I just remember Seattle was like, it was empty. Like people were posting pictures of Seattle, and it was like the streets were empty, and there was the one street that I had that I worked on where it's a busy street. But no, it was like there was no cars, there was nothing. It was just straight emptiness. And so I was like, this is serious. Like, nah, that's when COVID, when they started talking about wearing a mask and all this other extra stuff, I was like, nah, something's going on. All right, nah, it ain't normal, okay? But anyways, no, yeah, I went out, I bought me multiple masks. I was wearing them every single day. What else was going on? And I had to say that was just going all throughout the months. But then, talking on content creating stuff, because I know people will probably be all like, where was I really at with content creating? So I had started doing reaction videos to people in the Rainbow Six Siege community. And then at that time being, like, I was getting some hate from past previous dramas and stuff. And so, yeah, I was just all like, I was kind of dealing with that up until it was either April or May. And then, yeah, I just randomly had found a video, because I honestly, I can't remember what it was that I had, like, searched up where I was all like, oh, let me just look up. I think it was either Try Not to Laugh Challenge or Rainbow Six Siege, regardless. I remember I came across McNasty, and I think McNasty, hold on for a second, let me check on my channel real quick. I think McNasty was the first channel that I had looked up, but anyways, let me check. So it's going on. Okay, so no, it's not that many pages and stuff. So 20, because I know it's in 2020. So was it March? No, it wasn't March. That's April. So it was April, and that's yeah. So McNasty was the first guy that I reacted to when it came down to the Rainbow Six Siege content. And then from that point on, it was like after I reacted to his video, a bunch of people, I started reacting to a bunch of people from the Rainbow Six Siege community. So I made some friends within that community, because I'm saying, like, they had, I remember they shouted me out in a podcast. And then it was like other creators that I was being cool with. I was like, fam, what is going on right now? I hit 15,000 subscribers, because at the time being, I think it was like earlier that year, I just hit 13,000. And so, then just, yeah, out of nowhere, like, yeah, it was just within the months, I gained, 2,000 more subscribers. By the end of the year, I think I had gained like 20,000 subscribers. And then, yeah, it was just like the Rainbow Six Siege community. They were showing me love. So yeah, shout out to everybody a part of that community. And then I'm trying to think what else. And then, yeah, I had to say that was like, because I had to say, like, nothing really else had happened that year besides those like key things and stuff. Because I'm trying to think, like, there were other crazy things, like 20. It wasn't like no endpoint. I imagine there's probably other people that got their 2020 experience and stuff. But yeah, it's like with me, I had to say, like, from that point on, I was just really focused on making content and stuff. And because it really, I had to say, like, with the personal issues, like, making content really did kind of take my, like, just, it put me in a somewhat of a better state of mind. So yeah, but I have to say it was like pretty much all that year. It was like, it was, at least for me, it was decent. But then yeah, then 2021, still same old stuff started opening up a little bit more. I think I was going out more too in 2020. Ordered my first pair of shoes in 2020, like just some honorable mentions and stuff. But yeah, I remember I ordered a pair of Air Jordan 13s. Traded them in. Why, I don't know. But yeah, I remember I had ordered my first pair of Jordans, and then at that point, yeah, I was just going crazy with ordering stuff. And I have to say, I since then slowed down. But yeah, I was all like, bro, I was like, what? Well, I didn't order my first pair of Jordans. I ordered, well, I bought. So how can I put this in words? Why do I not know how to speak English? Like, you would think like, okay, fam, you've been living out here all your life. You ain't got like no immigrant parents or anything, like parents that don't know how to speak English. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyways, no, I ordered shoes for the first time online. Okay, there we go. That's proper English. But anyways, nah, man, it was a weird year, I had to say. Like, it was definitely one of those years where I was like, bro, what happened? Like, then when everything, like the smoke cleared 2021, and I was all like, what year was that? I was like, what just happened? Cause yeah, that was a year where I was like, bro, that wasn't normal, all right? So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.